Hello and welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell collectibles and all our details are in the description of this video, including our eBay store and our Facebook page. And today we're going to be looking at this set, which is set 6286 Skull's Eye Schooner, which is, I believe, one of the best Lego sets ever released. And it is an absolute beauty. So I'm not going to go into how many pieces and all that sort of stuff. I'll put all that information in the description, and I've also included an interesting analysis on pricing compared to back then to now, adjusted for inflation. So there's going to be lots of info, and please leave comments as well, what you remember about this set, what you think about it, why you want it, what you remember as it from your childhood, etc, etc. But this is, I believe, the very first YouTube video proper review of this set. So I feel very lucky, special, whatever you want to call it, to be doing this video. And I hope that I do a good job and it helps you decide whether you want to buy this set or not. So, because a lot of Lego fans should have this in their set, and I've always loved the Pirate series better than any of the other series. I don't really know why. But this particular set actually isn't for sale, so I'm not trying to sell it to you. First thing that strikes me with this set is the size. It is big. It is really, really big. And if you have some of the other sets in this series, like the Trading Post or the Rock Refuge, it's nearly like twice the height of this. I actually have the Rock Refuge here, but and it's even wider. I mean, it's a huge set. It really is just very, very big. The next thing that strikes me is the sails, and Lego seem to like red and white sails, but I like the fact that this one they actually used black and white. I'm not against red and white, but I just think black and white looks a lot more piratey, looks a bit meaner, which is maybe why Lego don't like it so much, so I'm moving the camera in a lot. And this set also actually has a sixth sail, which does actually move, so that's unique to this one that has 6 sails. And the back sail and the front sail are actually the same size, as are the 2 bottom sails in the middle. The 2 top ones are different in both size and printing. I also like the fact that there are 3 flags at the top, including 2 big ones. Some of the newer pirate ships don't have that, which is ridiculous because the most important part of the ship is the Jolly Roger, the flag. That's the pride of the ship. So the rigging, there are 3 strings in this. One is the anchor. One goes all the way around for the sails, and then the third one is for the chest. And a lot of, secondhand sets replace the string, but if you can get the original string, it's quite nice because it does have it's hard to get in focus, but it has a very ropey texture, and it's quite thick as well, so if you can get that, that's great. So you've got 2 platform things at the top where, you can obviously put figurines and stuff. One idea is they could have had like 2 of these and had maybe a crow's nest at the top, or maybe even just had, maybe put one around here. So that's one thing they could have done, just an idea. Now this platform, as you can see, has some string here for the chest, and there is a lever on the other side that you can turn, and that goes up and down. It works really well, actually. I think they should have used grey pieces here rather than black, but I guess they used black to try to match with the mast. And there are actually 2 shades of grey here. I don't know why, but they could have maybe tried to make that consistent, but for some reason the platforms are a darker shade of grey. I don't see that shade too often, actually. And then this just comes off, and it's got some gold coins in it. Pretty much every Lego set has a treasure chest, but I'll leave that out of the way. So let's now actually have a look at the front of the ship. So I'll move this around very carefully. So this is the figurehead. So the more recent sets actually have, skeletons and mermaids, which is probably better, but back in the day this was pretty cool. I mean, it looks sort of mean and piratey. You could even stick another sword and have him cross like that or something like that. Then the anchor, as I said, and it looks a bit dark for you to see there, but there's basically a crossed X, and that just turns, and the anchor moves down, and it moves. There's some one-piece figurines I have, which is actually a Japanese series about pirates. It actually reached the Guinness Book of Records for the most comics sold of any series, One Piece. And it's very, very popular. You should check it out if you like pirates. It's called One Piece. Anyway, so that's the anchor, and it also this actually locks in. Now the instructions show it the other way, but I stuck it around this way, and that goes down the bottom and locks the X. So it's actually about 1/2 meter of string, so it does go down quite far, and you can put it on either side as well. The guns here don't turn, unfortunately. I think they should have put them on these little black. They should have had some black, like a black pin like here, and then used a round piece and had them swivel, which it actually does on the smaller pirate ship in this series. But anyway, that's alright. And then in here you've got 2 doors that lift up, and there is absolutely nothing inside. Sorry, that's really dark, isn't it? And for some reason in this set they use black. I don't understand it, but they use black. Sorry, they use blue pieces in. That's really dark. There's really not much to see, but they use blue pieces wherever you can't see the pieces to the outside. So maybe blue dye was cheaper back then. I don't know. There we go. You can see there's nothing in there, basically. So then you've got 4 cannons. Now these do shoot, and they shoot pretty well. And Lego actually give you 6 cannonballs per cannon, so it's 24 cannonballs. So they plan for you to shoot them and fire them and lose them. And I'll show you how they work later. So if you're patient, I'll show you that later how they work. But they do have enough for one side. A lot of people complain they don't have enough for both sides in the newer sets. Lego never did that. They always had enough for one side. And, you know, that makes sense to me because, you know, real ships having more cannons, it adds weight, it's more expensive, it's dangerous, you know, you don't want them moving around if, you know, there's rough seas and things like that. So, you know, if you attack by both sides, you just put 2 on one and 2 on the other. And you can see they come through the flap there. Not crazy about the green. I think green is the colour of seasickness. I think it should be avoided on ships, but anyway, it's not a big deal. And then you've got a plank here as well. Now the American version actually had non-shooting cannons, and it had 2 crossed swords on the top. So that's how you know the difference for those ones. Now if we go inside here, so you've got 2 doors. Now I wasn't crazy about these doors because I think they look a bit like a house, some of the house sets. But it's really hard to get in there. But I can live with it. And then you've got this ladder. I don't know why they used, again, grey here. Would have been much better to use black. So, I'm sorry the camera is not very good. I really am. So now you've got the cabin. Now there's 3 ways that you can get inside the cabin. There's the top, so that just lifts open. And then there's this locking feature. So that actually locks in, and then you can move that out. I guess it's meant to be a cannon here, but it's not an actual cannon, Lego cannon. And you can get inside. And this door is on the other side as well. Basically no detail inside other than a blue table. That's it. That's all you get. So, but I don't mind because there's the window. I don't mind because, you know, I don't really play with Lego. And I'd rather them put the details on the outside. So, you know, you get this little box thing. I don't know what it's meant to be, to be honest. I guess it's just easier to lift it up and down. Or lift it off. The steering wheel, which I'll also show you later, along with the cannons. And then you've got the compass here, and it does work. It does actually point to true north, which is pretty cool. So then if we have a look, I really like as well how this is nice and built up. It's nice and, you know, it's nice and round. You got some weapons and things in there, so you could have battles on the deck and all that sort of stuff. There's quite a bit of room there. And in fact, if you look at it from the side, you know, there's the cabin to there, and then to the edge, it's almost double again. So, yeah. Now around the back, oops, I've just wrecked the front of it. So around the back, you can see there's only 1 lattice window. I would have liked to have seen 2, but the way they've designed this, you know, it's quite sort of thin around the back, so it kind of works. It kind of works. This ship is quite different to the first one that was released, the Black Seas Barracuda or the Dark Shark, depending on the name where you're from. And, you know, that one was, I think, more elegant. It had, you know, wooden doors, and it had lattice windows and, you know, double lattice windows on the back with patterns and stuff. This one's a bit more piratey, I guess. It's a bit more mean and black and not inviting, which I don't know. I mean, they're different. It's good to have different ones. And, you know, pirates, yes, they fight the soldiers as the Lego betrays, but most pirates probably spend their time fighting other pirates. So, you know, you could get both of these ships and have them together. But this one is bigger. It's the biggest, as I said. Did I say that? It's the biggest pirate ship ever released. Although the Imperial Navy ship in 2011 was a bit bigger. Anyway, so you got this boat as well. And it actually hooks on to these two hooks at the back, which is a really cool feature. None of the other pirate ships actually do that. So that's, again, unique to this set. You get a shark, which pretty much every Lego set had. You also get a parrot and you get a monkey. And you get 9 minifigures with this set. You got Captain Roger. You've got this guy. Now, he's probably the rarest Lego pirate minifigure because the only other set he appeared in was the set 6277, which is the trading post set. So I thought maybe he was the navigator or maybe the shipbuilder. But then, you know, he's shown as a merchant, so he could be a hitchhiking merchant. But anyway, whatever he is, he's pretty rare. And then you get 2 of these guys with the cool looking vests. And then the female pirate. And then just some couple of standard dudes, and then there's one on the front there. So what I need to show you is the, bear with me, the cannons. So this is how they work. Yes, I do have another one here. So they just have like these slider things, and they go in underneath, and they just move up and down, and they spin 360. So that's a pretty cool feature. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, which I think is actually the coolest part of this, is the steering wheel. So what actually happens with the steering wheel is it's connected to a grey rod. It clips onto one of the rods, and it goes all the way down into the bottom of the ship. And I've taken the flooring out, but you can't see it. Yeah, so you can see that there's two black rods, long black rods that connect to the rudder here. And so what that means is, as you move, why is it so dark? As you move, the rudder moves, and it actually moves in the right direction. If you turn the steering wheel left, the ship would move around like that, and you can't see it, but it would move to the left. So I never realized that it did that, and I think the smaller Imperial ship in the same series does that as well, just on a smaller scale. But I thought that was really super cool. Now, my camera might run out of memory, so if it cuts, I'm going to cut it. But I do have the box, and we've got coins going everywhere. Sorry, I know the camera's moving around. This is the box. Pretty cool looking box. It has a flip top like most of the boxes back then. And it gives you some alternate builds on the back. It's a really big box. It's about 45 by 60 centimeters. And then I also have the instruction manual. And there's some cool pictures in this actually. There's 36 steps, but you get to see some different angles and things like that as well. So anyway, so that's the Skull's Eye Schooner. As I said, there's going to be plenty of details in the description video. And if you do have any questions, please leave a comment, and I will attempt to answer them. But this is an amazing, it really is an amazing set. I will compare what I like, or maybe what could have been done differently, or comparing it to the other sets. I'll do all that in the comments, so there'll be plenty there to read. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I did this set justice, because it is an amazing set, and I hope that one day you'll be fortunate enough to have this set in your collection. Thank you very much for watching.